Why I say it's always important that you know what love is because you can't be deceived anymore. You can't be tricked anymore. You can't be led astray. You can't be misled anymore. Once you have knowledge, then you'll no longer be destroyed. We know the words. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So then you can be manipulated when you don't have knowledge of the things around you. Someone else can come up and say, hey, that's what this is. That's what this is. And if you don't know what it is, then you may believe them. Most importantly, that's the case when it comes to love. You all are letting people point and say, that's what love is. This is what love is. This is what love is. And they're able to manipulate you and deceive you and trick you with that word because you don't know what it is. You don't know how to recognize it. How many of you know that love is invisible? You can't physically see the thing called love. Love is something that is made manifest through us. See, we're supposed to be the vessels that exhibit love and demonstrate love. And because we don't know what that is, then we can't do our job. And meanwhile, we're all yearning for that thing. We're all looking for it. Subconsciously, we're all looking for that thing in some way, shape, or form. But we deny it while looking for it simultaneously. But like I said, the main thing for you is that you know what it is. You must know what love is today, people. You must know what it is. You can no longer just go along being tossed by the waves of the sea, by the waves of this world, and what it is telling you. You have to be pulled away from that thinking of this world. You have to be transformed and taught anew, especially what the first thing you must know is what love is, because God is love. That is the source. That is the source of all things, is love, divine love. And once you know that, then you must have the knowledge of that. Once you know that it is love, then find out what it is. That's a very simple concept, but people are not taking the time to find out what it is. They're leading it into their own understanding. But we know we've been taught to lean not into your own understanding, but to seek the ways of the Most High, because His ways are higher than our ways, are they not? His thinking is higher than our thinking. We're all looking for truth. We're all looking for love. And truth is God's word, and love is God. So then you're looking for God's love if you're looking for God and if you're looking for truth. And it's all a simple thing when you understand that if you go to all the worlds of this, all the places in this world, all the lands, if you go to all the seminary schools and theological, whatever, temples, secret lodges, and if you go to wherever you go, to try to get some power, it all fails in comparison to the power of love. Love conquers all things. That it was the ultimate lesson for us, guys, is that we spend our time here in labor just to find out that it was all vanity and that it was just keeping the Most High's commands to love one another. All of you who say you are Israelites, all of you who say you're Israelites, what is your command? What is it that makes you an Israelite? That you do what? As Israelites, what are you to do specifically? And you're going to say, keep the commandments, keep the laws of God. They were given to the people of Israel. Well, if you are Israel today, do you keep the commands of God? And what are his commands? Because they're not grievous. Owe no man anything but to love him, to love one another. For love is the fulfilling of the law. So then all of you marathon runners who've been running this marathon of life should have stopped right there and said, wait a minute, let me get off of this. I thought I was on a track to a destination. I realized I was on a treadmill. I wasn't running anywhere. Because I was putting love to the side. See, the stone that the builders rejected was love. It wasn't anything else. When we came here and we started to build our lives, all of you, you were rejecting the thing called love. You didn't know you were because you didn't know what love was. And that's why divine love came and said to you guys, forgive them for they know not what they do. See, they don't know that they're rejecting love when they're doing this. They think they're serving God. He said that. Many will come think that they're doing God a service by killing me. So this tells you that the world does not comprehend love. It says light came into the darkness comprehended it not. So if love comes into a dark world and the dark world does not comprehend love, it means it doesn't know what love is. See, it's very simple. The world doesn't know what love is. It cannot comprehend it. It does not understand love. So the light has to let its light shine so that those that are in darkness can come to the light of truth, which is love. And once you've discovered that, then all of your fears go away. All the fears that the world is succumbing to right now. See, because the world is succumbing to its own fears. Everybody wants to blame God, but it's man. Man has been given free will to choose, and this is how he's chosen to use his free will to produce the results that you see. You want to blame God for the problems on the earth, but not your own greed, man. You want to blame God for the problems on the earth, but not your own lust, not your own covetousness, not your own pridefulness. The Most High hate a proud look, and he will abase it. How many of you understand that, though? So when you're living life and you're living it contrary to the ways of the Most High, then you can't expect positive results to come. Only destruction will come in that situation when you're putting out that into the universe with your own free will. And that's what we've come to now, where we've come to this great apocalypse of the things that we've been doing behind the shadows. It's all being revealed. Whether it were good or bad, it doesn't matter what it is. It's going to be shown for what it is. Because there comes a time when you plant a seed where it grows into a stem, and then it grows into a large tree, and then the fruit grows on that tree. We're to the point now where the fruit is going to be shown on that tree. You see? It's going to be shown for what it has been doing. And so anybody who has been spending their time in this life chasing after anything other than the truth of divine love has wasted their time. Because it's written right in the same book that everybody says that they understand is basic instructions before leaving earth. It says right there that love conquers all. It also says God is love. It also says he who loves has fulfilled the law. So then if you're wise, then you would say, well, let me find out about this love thing and become an expert at loving. Let me become an expert at the thing called love. See, then my compassion will grow. Not my greed. It can't grow if my love grows, my knowledge of love. As my knowledge of love grows, then my compassion will grow. My empathy will then grow. My mercy will grow. My long suffering will grow. My kindness will grow. My patience will grow. All of the fruits of the Spirit that should be hanging on your tree. You see? But if you're bearing fruits like greed, lust, slothfulness, pride, envy, then you will bear those fruits. See? That if that's what's showing on your tree, then that tree will be cut down. It's just the way that it is. Nature will balance it. You see? It will cleanse it And that's what's happening on the earth now. It's no need to be running and hiding, trying to figure out what to do, guys. How to be prepared. He says, be prepared by putting oil in your lamp. Is that not what he said? By putting oil in your lamp, then you are preparing yourself. Well, what does it mean to have oil in your lamp? What is oil? People say it's the Holy Spirit. What is that? And what does that mean? Having oil in your lamp is having the word of the Most High in your heart. Because that's what will keep you lit in a dark world, is his words will. Because when you're starving, then his words are, take no thought of what you shall eat or you shall drink. For the Father in heaven knows what you have need of before you ask. That's oil that keeps your light going. Okay, wait a minute. What am I tripping about food for? I take no thought. Next thing you know, here it comes and you're right in your hand. You may have need of anything, guys, and it will be produced based upon that frequency that you're putting off of, do you have it? Do I have, or do I want? The word want comes from the word lack. So when you say I want something, you're saying I lack that thing. I don't have it. And that's the language that you're actually speaking out. So then therefore you won't have it in your hand because you're actually saying, I don't have it. I want that. I want that. I want that. You only say you want something when you don't have it in your hand. But when you have it in your hand, then you say, I have. Now it's in your hand. So all of you who want that thing in your hand, then you have. I have. I am. You see, we're changing. There is no time anymore. There isn't time when everything is present tense. I am, I have. I am. No longer I will do, I'm going to do, I hope I can, I want to try. I have, I am. And speaking those words of I am in its truth. And that's the spiritual prayer. That's praying the correct way with strong feeling. Taking the masculine and the feminine, putting them together in love and creating strong feeling to produce the things that we desire. They're no longer this death and destruction. You can't produce death and destruction when you're using love as the foundation stone, correct? That's the stone that everybody, the builders, rejected, has now become the head cornerstone, the most important part. So if you haven't learned what love is, then in these days to come, then you will be desolate. Do you see? It's not about anything else, guys. I hope you understand what I'm saying to you, that it's about coming into the knowledge of love and letting it fill your heart today, because that's what will save you. You say accepting Christ. Christ is divine love, guys, not a man. It is divine love. Just like God is not a man, it is divine. He is divine love. So when you see love manifested, you see God manifested. Understand? Silawan Israel.